My husband and I have different parenting styles. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I've come across this very normal problem many times. Usually it's not the big problem. Occasionally it is. Usually it's within the context of other problems. Problems like my husband doesn't listen to me, problems like we're arguing all the time, those kind of problems. In other words, this is a manifested problem that you have different parenting styles is not unusual. In fact, it would be sort of strange if you think about it, if you had similar parenting styles. You're a woman, he's a man. You're different kinds of people. Innately, you have different reactions to different things based on your gender. Now, I know a lot of people disagree with that idea. They say we're all equal, but they don't recognize those people who say that are reaching, because we are all equal as souls, but we have different characteristics. We have different characteristics as individuals, but we also have different characteristics solely based on the fact that our genders are different. Typically, women are much more compassionate. They behave and react more emotionally, take things personally when their children are misbehaving. And it's built in for a mom to be super protective of her children. It's innate because of the drive to survive and how a woman is biologically designed, that she is super protective of her children. So here comes Dad, and who is this guy trying to treat my children this way, right? It's his children too, but he sees them from a different perspective. He's seeing them, chances are, as needing to be toughened up for the world, as needing to have different kinds of skills, because men and women operate differently among their peers with other people. Women tend to do more collaboration, and men tend to seek a common ground or draw lines in the sand and compromise. And so it's a very different mentality that your own experience and his own experience has brought you to the point of where he wants to raise the children in a way that he believes will do the most good for them. You think he doesn't want them to succeed? Please. Of course he does. And he's thinking, oh, she's so lax. Now, you're not too lax. Your form of discipline, if there is much, is very different than his. He believes in discipline, perhaps, and he knows, that is, heart of hearts, that these children of yours, both of yours, need what he has to offer. I only ask you to step back. I mean, unless he's beating them with a stick, step back and try to see how your kids respond. Not their outer response, which is them being defensive, and because they have a drive to survive too, but see if it's not helping them. The first thing you should be communicating with your husband about this topic is, honey, I know you love our children as much as I do. It's true, isn't it? You got to start from that point of view, from that place in the conversation. And maybe you have to say, I'm missing something. And I need to understand you more. That's the first place to start. You know, you did not get married to battle each other. You got married to be happy together and to experience unconditional love. And set that example for your kids. Now, it would do you well to subscribe to the channel and learn more about marriage. It would do you well to read one of my books and learn even more about marriage. And I'll tell you why. Because the fact that this is a complaint of yours tells me that you don't have enough understanding of your husband, that you are missing, perhaps because of the filters that you have, you're missing the best parts of him. Because you know, he's biologically designed to protect. That's the male biological role. And if you're saying, oh no, the way you're protecting is no good, it's very insulting to a man. It undermines your relationship. Because in your relationship, everything should be about loving, supporting, positivity. Your communication should always be positive and quality expressions of love. Because that's why you got married. You did not get married to battle. I'm repeating that. Because there's a big distinction. In the world today, there's so much mis and disinformation out there, it is insane. I've heard reputable therapists talk about the right way to argue. Unbelievable. There is no right way to argue. The right way to argue is to end the argument right now and learn how to discuss things with each other, again, to bring happiness and love into the communication at the time. So you have to be very careful with what is out there. You want to have principles-based behavior. The number one principle is that you got married for the two promises of marriage. Happiness, ever increasing every single day. Your marriage should be happier every single day. And so should you, by the way. And the other is you should feel love. It is the best vehicle. You can't express unconditional love to the mailman or the guy at the drugstore or the teacher. You have to be careful in the world because people will chew you up. It's just the way the world is. So you have this beautiful community of two, you and your husband, expanded into the family, of course, where it's supposed to be paradise. It is supposed to be paradise. And you need to learn how to do that. Our clients learn how to do that. Read the reviews. And you can too. This is not rocket science. It's just different from what everyone out there is pushing. Because the Western psychological world is based on diseases of the mind. So they're always trying to label things and get to the bottom of things. And I'm telling you what the bottom is. The bottom of things is that you're supposed to be filled with love and filled with happiness. That's the bottom of things. Not the other side, not the weird stuff. Use this experience that you're having now that is causing you some stress to take a closer look at your marriage as a whole. See if it's, I already know the answer. It isn't producing the love and happiness that you desire, that you deserve, that you should have, and that you can have. So go back to that. In regard to this one particular issue, step back. They're his kids too. Trust him. He loves your kids. Don't challenge him when you ask him what his thinking is. Ask him because you want to understand him better. All right. Blessings to you, your husband, and your family. Thank you for spending time with me. And leave a comment if you'd like. Don't be nasty if you disagree with me. We can discuss. Okay? My style is probably more like your style than your husband's style because I've been training myself to tap into my heart more. And this is, in many cases, a shortcoming that men have. They don't know how to tap into their heart. But if you're doing it, he will start paying attention. God bless and take care.